You have brought Mr. Robinson, better known to the world as Yung Joc, to court today. You say he owes you $2,600 in boat repairs.
You know, there's a certain kind of tissue that you have to use for the boat, and that's not boat tissue. I had to actually bring out pooper scooper guy. That's very expensive.
The boat was for me and some friends, right? They may have gotten a little unruly, but I thought everything was gonna be straight. I don't see $2,600 in damages.
Just to bring the pooper scooper out alone, $500, bro.
What is a pooper scooper, bro?
For the first time, we're bringing justice to you. Your location is the courtroom, and the truth has nowhere to hide.
That tells me all I need to know. I understand you don't like each other. I don't care.
Judge Faith, a former criminal prosecutor, legal analyst, and now creator of the first courtroom where justice has no walls, filters, or boundaries. Only truth. Virtual Justice with Judge Faith.
Hey there, it's your favorite judge. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to join the fastest growing court community on YouTube. Remember, virtual justice doesn't happen without you. So go ahead, subscribe, or risk being held in contempt. Well, we meet again, Mr. Judge Robinson, better known to the world as Yung Joc. You and your, I don't know if this case is your former manager, your current manager, Mr. Polo Hammond. And I remember the last time you were in my courtroom, you caused quite a stir.
I feel a little bad because at times he is a little slow. And when I say slow, he's slow to catch up and bring himself up to par when it's time. And I feel like now is the time that he has to understand that he cannot just take money from me.
But since then, the two of you patched up your relationship. You've continued to operate as a Grammy-nominated artist with records and also as an entrepreneur and business personality with staying power in the entertainment industry. And you, Mr. Hammond, have equally been a strategist behind the scenes. You've been instrumental in guiding careers, deals, and opportunities. So I don't like the fact that it's under these circumstances when I say this, but welcome back. You say you are owed $2,600 and you feel disrespected because you have not been paid your money. Tell me what happened.
You know, my brother, Joc was like, yo, man, I want to go out and, kind of clear my mind, just go out and kick it for a little while. I was thinking about going to the lake, and I was like, well, I'm not going to be here, but, definitely, you can get the boat and go out there and enjoy yourself. When I came back to my property, I'm like, wow, why is my boat looking like this? You know what I'm saying? It didn't go out like that. I didn't loan it out looking the way it looked. And then, as I walked on the boat and started seeing the different things that was going on with my boat, as far as like the bathroom area and the outside lounge area, it wasn't right.
Okay, and what kind of boat do you have?
It's a Bayliner. Bayliner 305. Mm-hmm.
Okay, how long have you had it?
About 4 years.
4 years, and do you often loan it to friends for parties and events?
Nah, I don't just loan it out. Nah, you have to either charter, and normally with the charters I'm there, but friends and family they normally come out when I go out there.
Okay. And on this occasion, you did loan it out, though. Tell me the circumstances about that.
Yeah, I loaned it out. My brother, Joc was like, yo, man, I want to go out and, kind of clear my mind, just go out and kick it for a little while. I was thinking about going to the lake, and I was like, well, I'm not going to be here, but, definitely, you can get the boat and go out there and enjoy yourself. Here's the codes. Go out there and do your thing. I'll see you when I get back in town.
And he did indeed do his thing according to you, because you submitted photos of what the boat looked like when you returned, as you said, were you on a date?
Well, yeah, I was bringing some people out there just to kind of go out and have a good time.
Okay. And let me see what the boat looked like when you say you returned and saw it for the first time after the outing with that Mr. Joc took with his friends. Let's see those photos. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay, what are we looking at here?
Yeah, like right there, that's my restroom. I see tissue in there that I thought I clearly explained like to use boat tissue. There's a certain kind of tissue that you have to use for the boat, and that's not boat tissue. That looks more like paper towel and some other things going on.
So, what are we looking at? A bunch of wires? What is that?
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know if they was trying to hook up a game system or something, or get the sound louder. I have no idea. But why would you even be in my wire box area? Like for
But that's
what?
how it looked when you came back to the boat.
Yeah. So maybe I'm thinking something maybe happened and they was trying to fix it or figure it out. I'm not sure, but that shouldn't even been tampered with. Period.
Okay,
But
and why do you say there's $2,600 worth of damages?
because I had to get clean, I had to get the whole boat clean. I had to actually bring out the guy to actually do my toilet, pooper scooper guy. That's very expensive out there on the lake, just for them to come out and show up. And then on top of that, my dashboard was sticky. Like as far as I don't know, like somebody spilled something on it where my gauges are, and and then the cleaning fee alone itself, like, yeah, I feel like that's fair, because normally
Okay.
I just rent it. When I do rent it out, it's more than that anyways.
Okay, so I'll turn to you now, Mr. Robinson. What happened? Was there a party on the boat?
I don't want to say it was a party, Your Honor. First and foremost, thank you for having me back again. I don't know how to say thank you for having me back in court, but um, so okay, the boat was for me and some friends, right? But it was kind of like a sub situation, because not like a sub rental. One of my partners came over and he invited some people, and so I feel like they may have got a little unruly, but I thought everything was gonna be straight. I didn't realize, that the damages was that bad, like $2,600. Like I
Were you
still like he
there?
just yeah. I don't see $2,600 in damages. That's just Mr. Hammond being Mr. Hammond.
Well, I saw the receipts he submitted, but were you there when you said there was a sub rental type of situation? Were you there at all when this incident happened?
Back, it's not just my people on the boat. It's people that know Mr. Hammond that are on the boat too.
You're saying third party interveners came in, people who you do not know came on this
Yeah.
boat. You had no control of the situation, so it's out of your hands.
So you just let anybody on my boat row?
And who is your witness? Were you there at all when this incident happened?
Yes, I was there.
You were on the boat. You were present.
Yes.
Okay.
But see, we docked. And where we docked at, it's like we docked around a bunch of boats, right? And I got off and kind of mingled amongst other people. Me being a celebrity, we do this out here, we kicking it. When I come back, it's not just my people on the boat.
Mm-hmm.
So it's people that know Mr. Hammond that are on the boat too, because they know his boat. So that's why I can't just say it was like just my fault or my guest's fault, because people that know Mr. Hammond, that they do that on the regular whenever we have the time to do it. They were on the boat when I got there. And when I got there, I was just like, that ain't what happened. And they was like, man, everybody's just having a good time. It was like a mixed crowd. So you had people that
Okay.
like party a little harder than others. And so
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So the boat you're
So you
saying
just
was.
let anybody on my boat row?
First, did you not just hear me?
Here's the issue. I think you were the person there and sort of responsible for what's happening right there at the time. But you're saying, first, you don't think it's $2,600 worth of damages. You think he just
No,
came up with the number. And number
no.
two, you're saying third party interveners came in. People who you do not know came on this
Yeah,
boat. You had no control of the situation, so it's out of your hands.
it's kind of like where I docked. I left my guests on the boat because they, like I said, they couldn't get out. I didn't go far. It was like 20 boats out there. They gathered
Right.
around. So we just kind of kicking it. When I got back on the boat, I saw other people that was jumping from boat to boat, but these were people
Okay.
that knows Polo as well.
So
when I
boat
got on
jumpers.
the boat did not appear to have any of these damages that I'm seeing on these pictures. I didn't see these
Okay.
pictures. See, these pictures are not the same visuals that I saw. So
Okay.
his evidence that he has submitted, I don't know
You
what
don't
party
trust
that's
it.
from.
You don't
I
trust the
don't.
evidence. Okay. And you say, so I just want to understand, I just want to be clear. There were boat jumpers involved, people that you did not know. You don't think it's $2,600 in damages. So who do you think is responsible for the photos that he submitted?
I
You don't
have
know.
no idea.
Okay.
What I
And
will say is we left a little trash on the boat
mhm.
because I didn't have access to the other side where this trash can was. So the little trash that I left, it wasn't. But these pictures is like I don't know.
So the bathroom did not look like that when you left it.
I ain't never seen that bathroom before. That bathroom looked like AI.
Okay, so Mr. Hammond, how long? Because let's establish the timeline really quickly. How long do you say you came back to your boat and saw it look like this after
About a week later.
a week? It was a full week. Was anybody else on the boat during that week time period?
See what I'm
No,
saying?
No one else was there during that week time period. You didn't
I
use it
didn't. I
that
didn't give
week.
nobody else. I didn't give no one else access to the boat.
Okay, so that's why you say he's responsible. He was the last person who had access to it, and this is the condition you found it when you came back.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they didn't. He didn't walk past the bathroom. Maybe he didn't double check. I'm not sure.
Okay.
When this came about, like he didn't say nothing to me because when I left the boat, it was, I mean, like okay, like I could have mopped if I had a mop. You know, I could have wiped down if
Okay.
he had the wipes available because some of that stuff was locked up. So when I left, that boat looked nothing like these pictures. And so
Okay.
this is I feel like it's a moment where me to my bro, like, bro, I ain't leave your boat like this. And he looking at me like, but you had other people on the boat. I'm like, but I was the last person in the boat did not look like this. So where he feeling like, now come on, bro. At the same time, I don't feel like he's considering the whole concept that he has people that be in and out of his boat. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't think his access has changed because it's the same access that I used one time before, and that's months ago. So it's the same
Mm-hmm.
access. Now, I'm not saying he doesn't have different access codes for different guests, but it was the
Mm-hmm.
same access code. So how do I know someone else hasn't accessed his property after I did?
Perhaps some of the boat jumpers who were there that night came back during that week, you're saying.
That
Okay.
you allowed on the boat.
So, Mr. Hammond, to Mr. Robinson's point, how do you know that no one else came in that week and used your boat without you knowing?
Well, I didn't know, and normally I do change the codes, but when I'm dealing with something that quick, that fast, it's like, hey, yeah, you can get it. Before I got a chance to rent it out again, I didn't change the code, so I don't know that, but
Okay, and who is your witness? So, Mr. McIntosh, what are you a witness to, sir? Were you on the boat on the night in question?
I was on the boat. I deal with boats. That's what I do. I deal with boats, and I'm like, I'm gonna just go in and fix the wiring or something like that.
and bro, I
Yeah.
told you last time, don't touch none on my boat.
Who invited you to the boat that night?
I seen an ad on Facebook Marketplace.
Cuz, come on, man. Come, stop.
Someone brought a witness to court today. Who's your witness?
So now, okay, so Your Honor, please don't like judge off of how he look or how he talk because he's like one of those kids that has like an IEP. He's an influencer. So sometimes people like when you see him, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I believe y'all tore up this man boat. But he's a good guy. He's very intelligent. He just don't look it. I don't want to say too much. I just didn't know if it was gonna be like the smartest thing to bring him to court, but I can only move with what God told me to do, and I'm gonna be honest about it. And
Okay, so
yeah,
God told you to call this witness to help your case today.
yeah,
Who's your witness, sir?
and be money back.
Okay. Mr. McIntosh, would you please join us now? So, Mr. McIntosh, what are you a witness to, sir? Were you on the boat on the night in question?
I was on the boat.
Okay, tell me what happened.
We kicking it, drinking, and a little smoking, and then the music was tweaking. You know what I'm saying? It didn't sound right. Like we were trying to light the party up, and the music was real. It was just tripping. It was real low, like somebody was playing music from a heart pacer or something like that. That's how low it was. So I'm like, boom, I'm gonna go in, because I deal with boats. That's what I do. I deal with boats, and I'm like, I'm gonna just go in and fix the wiring or something like that.
And bro, I
Yeah,
told you last time, don't touch none on my boat.
it's like I was on the boat and I was trying to help, but it had to be already damaged, Judge. That's what I'm
So,
saying.
well, let
It
me
had to
ask you
already
something.
damaged.
So, because Mr. Hammond did submit photos of the wires. You saw those photos, so that's the way it looked when you left the boat.
I mean, you know what, Judge? If, Your
Yes
Majesty,
or
if I'm
no,
being
sir.
100% honest,
So you left the wiring the way it was with the wires
no, the
pulled out.
wiring was already like that. But
Okay,
other than that,
Mr. McIntosh, you say you deal with boats. What does that mean?
like when me and my partners, when we got locked up, we was all in the same boat. Like if a woman want me to drive her boat in the club, I drive a boat. You know what I'm saying? Like that type swag.
So
I
when you say
done.
you deal with boats, you're not saying you have experience with fixing things when they go wrong with boats, like faulty wiring, correct?
I ain't. I ain't. Yeah.
Your Honor,
I
to
Okay, so you pulled out the wires, you were messing with the wires, and Mr. Hammond said that indeed someone messed with the wires. Okay, so that makes sense now. But I just wanted to get your understanding when you say you deal with boats. I thought you were explaining that you had some kind of expertise, but you in fact do not. Who invited you to the boat that night?
I seen an ad on Facebook Marketplace, and it said, "Meet me at the boat that's going down." So I was like, I'll pull up.
cuz, come on,
Yeah.
man. Come,
How,
stop. Man, I'm being
it
sued.
said it said, "Meet me at the dock. It's going down."
That
So I
is,
pulled up at the dock. It was
Okay, but you knew what that meant. Your friend was going to be at the boat that night, right?
yes. Uh-huh. Hmm.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. McIntosh. I appreciate you being here today.
Yeah.
Well, he was your witness. You decided to call him to court today.
first and foremost, that's why I tried to give you a disclaimer, because I did not know, I don't feel like it's fair, because I didn't even get a chance to cross reference him and ask him questions, because I never saw him touch no wires. This is my first time hearing him touching wires. The only time he could have touched anything with them wires is when I got off the boat for a minute. But I do not feel like I was gone long enough for him to do all of that. But the man just confessed to it. So I would ask if we could do something different, because these days people are beating stuff like Ricos and stuff like that. If we can reconvene, come back to court, but when we come back to court, let me and Mr. Hammond join sides and we sue Mr. McIntyre, because this is the first time I've heard of that. The whole time I did not know he touched nothing with this man.
Okay. Okay. I think I've heard enough.
Want more? Get weekly insights on the law, love, and real life sent straight to your inbox. Join my community at judgefaithjenkins.com. Subscribe to me on YouTube at Judge Faith Jenkins and follow me everywhere: Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook.
So here's where we are. Here's what we're going to do, because this case is a little messy. It's not one of those clear-cut, straightforward things. But at the end of the day, Mr. Hammond, you did loan your boat out to Mr. Robinson, your friend, Yung Joc, and he was the person responsible for how he got the boat and how the boat was left. Now, it does sound like from the witness, other people came in and they were involved in some other damages. But you know what, Yung Joc, that's something you have to take up with Mr. McIntosh. I know you called him McIntyre, but Mr. McIntosh, that's something you can take up with him at a later date, but because he's not being sued in court today. He brought you because you were the person responsible. You were the person that he loaned the boat out to. So when he loaned it out, he expected to get it back in the same way. And I know you say that other people may have had access. I'm just not convinced that that happened. I don't think that Mr. Hammond would manufacture AI evidence just to hold you accountable. The two of you have known each other a long time. He's shown me all the messages between the two of you about the boat, about the damages, about paying for the extra cleaning. And I think it was a party going on. And perhaps you weren't fully aware of the things that were happening. But I do think that you are responsible at the end of the day for the condition that the boat was returned to Mr. Hammond. Mr. Hammond, your problem is you were a little sloppy with your receipts in terms of what you paid and what you had to cover. So I can't order the full $2,600. But what you did submit to court, $1,675 in patched wiring, diagnostic test, deep cleaning, and replacing some buttons and switches that were damaged because Mr. McIntosh came in and said that he knows boats, and he obviously went in and messed with the wires. And I asked him what knowing boats meant, because I've been knowing cars for a long time too, but if there's a problem with the radio, I don't crack open the dashboard to try to fix and reroute wiring. So in this case, my judgment is going to be for you, Mr. Hammond, in the amount of $1,675. That is my judgment. And as a part of my ruling, I want to say this. Mr. Joc, when you borrow a boat, you borrow the responsibility that goes with it too. Your goal may be to continue to break records, but today you're going to have to break out your wallet. Good luck to both of you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
It really count. We could have just settled this out. We ain't got to do all that.
Bro, just to bring the pooper scooper out alone, $500, bro.
What is a pooper scooper, bro?
Yeah, they come out. They gotta come out. They gotta clean your toilet. And they gotta clean your boat.
Why would you have a non-working toilet then? If a toilet
the toilet was working fine, bro.